Hello, fellow patriots. My name's George Conrad. I'm coming to you from Somerset County, Pennsylvania. It is Thursday, January 20th, 2022. This is a continuation of my message and my effort to identify, endorse, promote, and help to elect true conservative constitutional patriots from within the Republican Party. And my what I feel is a very important message that I want to share with you today is just this. We are losing some registrations from the Republican Party because people are unhappy. People who vote conservative are unhappy with the GOP leadership, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Ronna McDaniel and those who run the GOP, they have let us down. They're not doing the work that the DNC is doing. Which is doing nothing but helping the far left progressives in the Democratic Party. So what do we need to do to help to ensure that the Republican Party is what we want it to be, what we need it to be? And my belief is that we need to remake the Republican Party from within. You know, people have talked about the Patriot Party. Well, third parties are not viable, not at this time anyways. The math doesn't add up. If we split conservative voters between the Republican Party and some new Patriot Party, which, by the way, I love that name, and I love the thought, but if we split those votes, all we're going to do is we're going to open it up so that the Democrats are only voting for their one candidate, and we have two candidates that we're splitting our votes for. We're not going to win. It doesn't matter whether we fix all the fraud that we suspect in the elections or not. The math doesn't add up. So what do we need to do? We need to seek out those who are filing as independent, who have changed to independent voters. And we need to encourage them to come back and register to the Republican Party. I got a few notes over here, so I'm gonna be looking over once in a while. And here's one of the big points. In Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you cannot vote in the primaries if you are not registered to a party. So if you are an independent voter in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you cannot vote in the primaries. So what does that do? That means that your conservative voice is not heard at all. Okay? That is how we get rhinos in. That's how Pat Toomey won his nomination, and he's been representing us as a rhino senator in D.C. for many years now. And we have some very important elections coming up here in 2022. Now, in the presidential primary, there are 24 states that have open primaries, which that means it doesn't matter how you're registered. You can go and you get the same ballot as everybody else. So you can pick whoever you want. But that's only 24 states. Okay? Pennsylvania is not one of them. And obviously there's 26 others that don't have an open primary for president. But what's important is that this 2022 election, and everybody who I'm speaking to, I know it's an echo chamber, in a sense. You're all on the same page with me as far as we want conservatives in there. We want true conservative constitutional patriots. Okay, so if we can't vote in the primaries, then that's a problem. Three states have open primaries for offices other than the president, and that is Louisiana, California, and Washington. That's 47 other states that you have to be registered to vote in the primaries. So, a lot of people know who Scott Pressler is. He's a young man who's been going around all over the country and registering people to vote Republican. He's not going to be in Pennsylvania until June. Our primary is May 17th. The last day to register or to change your registration is May 2nd. Okay? But don't wait until then. Do it now, please. Listen to me when I tell you. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I swear to you. If we are people who vote conservative, if we are them, and we do not vote in the primaries, we have no say in who the candidates are. Dr. Oz is going to win the nomination if we don't get enough conservative voters to come in. And John Fetterman is already destroying him on social media. And he is the prohibitive favorite to win the Democratic nomination. Do you want Fetterman to represent this Commonwealth? Pennsylvanians, please go to vote.pa.gov. If you are an independent who votes conservative, if you are a Democrat who is against this anti-far left progressive narrative that they're throwing down your throats, and you know that it's better to have somebody who's conservative in representing you, go to vote.pa.gov and register as a Republican. Help Scott Pressler. He's making such an effort. This young man, he's been all over the United States. He's doing great things down in Florida. I believe we're up to 1,600, a 1,600 voter capture in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, just mainly through his efforts. So we need to join with him. We need to join together. We need to encourage our conservative friends who are registered independent to go and change their voter registration to Republican. Vote for the right candidates. Vote for the true conservative constitutional patriots in the primary May 17th, so that when the general election comes around in November, we can go full force, beat Fetterman, and send a conservative to D.C. My name is George Conrad. Thank you very much for listening. Peace out.